Hi, welcome back to Super Sister Science, a best friends podcast where we talk life, love, and a little bit of astrology. I am your no-nonsense Capricorn co-host, Juanita.
And I am your cozy, compassionate Cancer co-host, Brooke. Let's get into it. I need to tell you about my Capricorn and Cancer moment of the week.
Whoa, really got me off guard. We're diving in. Okay, tell me.
We're not doing any gabbing. We're not doing any gooping.
We caught up last week. We caught up already.
Yeah, we're caught up. We have nothing to catch up on.
No gab, no goop.
No, just right into the programming.
Go.
I had my Cancer moment of the week last night during what I would describe as extravagant.
We specifically kept this door open. A crack so that Brooke's cat, Frank, could come in and out without screaming and rattling. The second we start, he starts screaming. I don't know if you can hear it, but he just screamed for no reason.
So loud. He's right on the other side of the door.
Oh my god.
He actually plays into my Cancer moment of the week.
Okay, please, yeah. What is it?
So I threw this somewhat extravagant birthday party for my best friend, and it was also a drink-along screening of two like very silly movies. And we had also spent the whole day like day drinking at the pool, essentially. So when we got back to the house, we were tasked with setting up for this party.
Tough.
It was tough. And Joe fully just like passed out on the couch for like 30 minutes. And then he got up and just got right to work. Birthday girl had to do some puking and rallying. Almost didn't make it. What? Almost didn't make it to the party, but really puked and rallied and really made it to the party.
And I showed up at the party at like 10:30 p.m. and she was alive and well.
She was doing great. So basically, like, everyone took this kind of little break in between the pool and the movies, but I did not. I just, like, worked my little tail off to, like, display all these snacks that I had lovingly purchased throughout the week with my friend in mind that were all geared perfectly towards her having a nice time and getting the tech set up. And I was also doing a DJ set, like, beforehand. So just, like, scrambling to put it all together to host this gorgeous party. And then I wasn't hosting like the actual drink along this time. Joe was hosting it for the first movie, and the birthday girl was hosting it for the second movie. And during the first movie, I was like, Joe, I'm gonna just like, are you okay if I just go lay down for a second? We had sequestered the front part of our house and like locked the door, sequestered the cats in the front
where we are right now.
So people were like coming and going freely out the back entrance, and the cats weren't disturbed. But it was also, like, the only place in the house where there weren't, like, people potentially going. So I just came in and, like, laid down for 5 minutes. And you actually arrived during that time. And you said, hello, good to see you. I'll let you rest. Continued on to the party. And then during the second movie, I took a nap. I rallied. I came back in. I helped get things moving for the second screening. I, like, helped orchestrate some cookies that were being baked. I was still doing hosting duties. But, like, the second movie was going well. People were drinking. Like, the people who were going to stay were stayed. And I was like, I think I'm going to go lay down for a second. Slept for the rest of the party. Never showed my face again. Ghosted every single person who came. Joe and the birthday girl and her wife had to clean up all by themselves. Brought all the technology in. I was just asleep in our front room.
Yeah.
All 3 cats on me. Having the time of my life. I partied too hard, and I just had to remove myself from the situation.
Yeah.
Go into my little crab cave.
Yeah.
And be alone.
Yeah.
It was too much. Too many people in my home.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. I had a great time, but it felt very Cancer of me to be like, okay, welcome everybody. I gotta go sleep. I gotta go lay down. I gotta go. Essentially at a party that I was going to say essentially at my own party, but yeah, at a party that I threw.
Yeah, it was fully at your house.
I just have to go. You guys can take care of yourselves.
And everyone did.
Yeah, it was great.
I noticed instantly that you weren't there when I arrived.
Yeah, suspicious.
But then you showed up.
I knew you checked on me, but I couldn't remember when.
Because you were half conscious.
The whole night.
Yeah. You were not coherent when I saw you.
And it was not from being drunk. It was from being you were asleep. So tired. I wasn't even really drinking during the drink-along. I just kept drinking these Capri Suns that I got that I thought were sparkling water Capri Suns, but they're actually just...
Do those exist?
Well, I thought they did. They're actually just flavored water. What you had is not a regular Capri Sun. It's like a light version, but it's still just sugar water.
Capri Sun Roaring Waters tropical punch flavored water beverage.
It's a tropical punch flavored water beverage.
Huh.
Because it's not juice, but it's also not... I think it literally says it's natural flavors with other natural flavors on it.
It literally does. Natural flavor with other...
And if you look at the
And
box,
Capri Sun, under that, it says all natural ingredients. I mean, honestly, what is not a natural ingredient? Like, chemicals are found in nature.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean not natural? Are you telling me that there's plastic in it?
Could be. Plastic's oil. That comes from the earth.
Like, what do you mean? It's all natural.
It is a hoax. I feel like it's a
It's all a hoax. It's what they're trying to do. Capri Sun knows that the only people who have loyalty to them are millennials.
Yes.
Who grew up drinking this stuff. And so they said, now that everyone who loves us is 30, how do we get them to buy this?
And they did. They got me.
They got you.
But then I was just sucking down those all night, and I try not to drink any sugar when I'm drinking alcohol because it just makes me feel sleepy and sick right away.
Exactly.
And I was cursing myself because there's sugar in that. I thought it was just a little fun flavored water in a pouch.
Well, guess what sugar is?
Flavored.
A natural flavor.
Exactly.
You think sugar's not a natural flavor? Think again. Never once did it say sugar-free.
No. Because it's not.
Sugar's deeply natural.
It's very natural.
Grows from the ground.
It's ancient.
A cane. It comes from a cane. Have you ever chomped on a sugar cane?
No.
It's awesome.
What is it like?
It's like a cane. It like kind of looks like bamboo.
Yeah. Okay.
And to get like the sugar water out of it, I've done this before. Like you can like crank. There's like a hand crank where you can like crank the sugar cane through it, and it extracts all the sugar juice. But you could also like you can do this in El Salvador. So like you can like machete off like the outside skin, and then you just chew on it. And it has like a really fibrous like branch texture. Yeah. But it's just sugar juice.
Is it so sweet?
Yeah, sugar.
So the sugar
comes
from
natural sugar.
It's natural sugar. So the sugar comes from the cane. Yeah. And it comes out as juice, but then it turns solid? By how?
But you know, like
shrugs.
But you know, you like buy a bag of like cane sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's some crystallization process. I mean,
I
famously, liquids can be other things.
Shut up. I just wanted to get a little mean for a second because you're teaching me a lot that I didn't know.
My roommate and I call that having my mean time. Oh. I just need to have some mean time right now. Where you're just kind of allowed to be a bitch.
That's really fun. I think that's healthy.
We need more of mean time. So, because then it's like the other person is not going to take it personally. Yeah. Just I need to be a little mean right now.
Sometimes you just have to get it out. And that's fine. And if you get it out in a sanctioned way, like purge style, then you don't have to hurt anyone's feelings. You don't have to hurt your own feelings. You don't have to break a lifelong relationship in half. No. You can just be a little mean and move on.
Have some mean time. Also, Brooke is like kind of mad at me because I'm making her record today. And she wanted to make it future Brooke's problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like not actively mad, but yeah, I think under the surface there's a seething rage. That you made me keep a plan that we had made and execute on it. Huh.
It's almost as if my Virgo rising is making you execute during Virgo season.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, speaking of my Capricorn moment.
Yeah, what was it?
So I just got accepted into this group in LA, this musical theater comedy group called Quick and Funny Musicals.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
And right away they were like, hey, can you sub in last minute for this show? And at first I thought I couldn't, which is I'll talk about that in a second, in another segment. But then I realized I do have time. I can make all of these rehearsals, and so I agreed to do it, and I'm so glad I did because it's reality TV themed. I'm playing a character named Stassi.
I can't wait.
Shout out Vanderpump Rules. And it was just made for me. I understand every single reference. It could not be better suited for me. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be a lot of work. Mm-hmm. And so right after this, I'm going home to work on it. But for my first rehearsal, I got up an hour early. I went to the public library to print out my free 25 pages, my daily allotment of 25 pages at the Los Angeles Public Library. Special. All of my scenes, and I watched the video of the first performance, which happened last month, and it was like all prepared, and everyone was like, oh my god. They were like shook by my preparedness.
That's so funny because they're a group of comedians,
right? Yeah, actors, but
yeah,
and they're all just like looking at the script on their phones, and most of them have done it before last month because they'll like mount it once and then mount it again in the next month. So most of them have done it before, and this is like largely review. But
you're not joking around.
No, I'm not joking around. I'm not joking around at all. I'm gonna work really, really hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work unbelievably hard.
Yeah.
Because also it's like, obviously I have to do a good job, but perhaps more importantly, I have to make a good impression. Mm-hmm. And I can't stand half-assing anything. We've talked about this.
No. It would be so against your nature.
Exactly. It would be against my Capricorn. It would be my Capricorn against my Capricorn nature. And I would actually love to talk about this on-site thing.
Yeah, me too. Because this is sort of something we've been talking about off the pod. But I feel like it's leaking its way onto the pod.
And it came up last night.
It did. What was the original premise? Like like in a body snatcher situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, yeah. So it's like, how would we know that our friend is not our friend and in fact has been invaded by a body snatcher and is just an alien wearing their skin?
How would we know?
Well,
turns out for each friend, I feel like there's a pretty specific couple of things that they could do where I would be like, no doubt, this is not you. You're dead. Shot on sight.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's on site. We pull out a gun. You get shot in the head. It's a headshot instantly because we know you're not our friend. You're an alien enemy.
Exactly.
One of the things, like for Joe, I think he was the first example because he is this chatty Gemini, makes friends with everyone, and without fail, also because he gets car sick sitting in the back seat of a car. So without fail, when we do like a group lift somewhere, Joe is always in the front seat and he's always having a 20-minute nonstop conversation with the driver. And so I said I would shoot you on sight if Joe did not get in the front seat of a lift and talk to the driver for the entire ride. That's how I would know that is not Joe.
If he even reaches for that back door handle, boom.
Boom.
Done.
Pow.
My favorite for you is that Joe said that you would never ever, if you ever got upset with someone for snoring, period. Joe was like, how loud they were snoring, just for snoring. If you ever even like got a little annoyed, gun out, bullet to the head.
Pow.
Dead.
And then last night, Joe added one for me that if I tried to claim that I wasn't attracted to Channing Tatum.
Yes, I overheard that one.
Pow.
Yeah.
Instant.
And I feel like, I don't know that that's true about you for like any other celebrity crush or person that you've expressed attraction for, but Channing Tatum is shot through the head, bullet on sight. No thought. If you were
not Channing Tatum is not shot through the head. I am shot through the head.
You are shot through the head. Yeah, Channing is fine somewhere, probably.
He's fine.
I hope. But yeah, if you were ever like, I don't know, he kind of looks like a thumb. Bang, dead.
Is that what you think about him? You said that really quick.
Just
about Channing Tatum.
Listen, he's not my celebrity crush.
Okay. Mine for you was that if you suddenly decided that you didn't like Pilates anymore and that you were going to switch strictly to strength training and start counting your macros and like focus on a protein heavy diet.
No. I said
no.
The second I signed up for a HIIT class, bang.
Pow.
Come on.
Are you kidding? You like wept after a yoga class once because it hurt too bad.
Yeah, come on. Are you kidding me?
You're not taking a HIIT class.
A strength? What'd you call it? Strength training?
Yeah, not even a class, just going to the gym to lift up weights and then put them down.
Ugh. Someone wants to practice that?
Pow.
On site. Yeah, it's not right.
That's a pow for you.
It would not be okay.
No.
Yeah, well, I'm glad our listeners know now, so you guys can
on site
keep up, be vigilant.
Oh yeah, so
wait, what was your Capricorn moment of the week was just being so prepared.
And if I wasn't prepared on site,
exactly.
If I was like, I'll just wing it on the day, pow. Are you kidding?
No, that I didn't like thinking about that one. That one was really like bone chilling in a way that the others weren't.
Felt crazy coming out of my mouth. I would never say that.
I'll just wing it.
I just wing it on the day? No. We talked about this before, but when Will and I did our speech at John's wedding, it was like, we're having meetings, we're doing outlines, we're having structure, narrative, metaphor.
Yeah.
Shut up, pal. Wing it on the day?
Stop yawning.
No.
Stop. I'm so sorry.
So that was my Capricorn moment. So right after this, I'm going home and I'm buckling down. I'm learning my lines.
I'm so excited to see the show in just a couple of days.
Literally 2 days. So I have a lot to do. That's my Capricorn moment. Tell me what your... about.
I will. I'm screaming with glee, delight, awe.
Oh.
Because Joe and I were gifted by IKEA a shopping spree, essentially.
Mm.
We weren't gifted. We were perhaps we bought a couch with the IKEA credit card, and it was very expensive.
You got like a cashback reward.
Exactly. And they were like, you can only use this at IKEA, and you have to use it by the end of August, but it is $260. At first we think we're going to use this to buy a couple big ticket items, but then nothing is really like landing, and suddenly August is ending. So literally on the last day that it is possible for us to use this coupon, which is a Sunday, the Sunday of Labor Day weekend, we trudge forth into IKEA in person, and we were there for like 6 hours or something.
You really were.
We had to push back plans with you because we were like, we're still at IKEA. We just kind of let IKEA take the reins. We like did a little shopping, then we ate in their restaurant. I got a free tea because I'm like a family member, which is like their like rewards program. And then later Joe went back to get a tea, and the guy just gave it to him because they don't care. They don't care.
Why would they care?
Why would they care? So we both got free little teas. I had some salmon, some fresh salmon, some mashed potatoes, and just a side green salad. But then I put the salmon on top of the green salad. It was really good.
And you had mac and cheese that you didn't like.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't forget to put IKEA on blast for the mac and cheese that you didn't like.
Thank you for reminding me. The mac and cheese was kind of bad. Joe and I both got it. We were like, this is bad. And I really like cafeteria mac and cheese. But it was just not like, it was just blah. It didn't really taste like cheese. It tastes like nothing. So we basically spent a whole day's work at IKEA. And we just grabbed like a bunch of random things that caught our eye, and like occasionally we would be like, oh, we need this thing, and then we would get that, and that was really satisfying. We were also like trying to grab a couple things for our friends who had like made requests, and Calico actually requested this cooler bag that said online it was like running low in stock, but I saw 2 display versions while we were in the store, and there were none around, like none for sale around either display one. But the second one I was like, I'm just gonna do my best and see what happens. So I asked someone, like, hey, do you have any more of these? And they checked, and they were like, if we don't have any more coming in soon, do you want to buy the display one? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay. And then she checked. They did not have more coming in. So she was like, take this to the as-is section, and they'll price it for you. It was already only $15. This cooler bag was huge and, like, multi-compartmented. And they discounted it to $10. And it's in perfect condition. There was, like, not a smudge on it. It's...
You can't get anything for $10 these days.
No. So, also, that, like... That is an example of, it was kind of hard to even get to the $260 goal because also there was this Labor Day sale going on and they were like kind of forcing us to combine discounts. So we get all the way to checkout. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, I have to take off the maximum amount of money. Oh no.
Gun to my head. They were like, you have to. You're being forced. You have to accept $25 off in addition to $260 of money and a discount on this item. We get to the checkout and we rung everything up and it's like not working. The coupon is not working. So we're like, do we just like select all this stuff that we're attached to now and we have to go away?
It was the stroke of midnight and it was September 1st.
Yeah, and they're
type
like,
of thing.
Boom! Thunder crackled. Guys, give me a break.
We get it.
Tired. We get it. It was a dark and stormy night. This really nice woman pulled us out of like the self-check. They were forcing everyone in the self-checkout area, and then if somebody had a problem, they would like yank you out of it. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I think honestly the problem is that because your subtotal before taxes isn't $260 because of this other like discount we're running, so you have to literally go buy more stuff.
Oh no.
So then we just ran around and grabbed like honestly some of the closest things that we found that we had, like that orange vase next to you had originally been like, I don't know, $16. Like, I really liked it, but Joe is lukewarm on it. His friend turned them into lamps, which I also think is, like, a cool option, because they're just bonk, and just turn them into a lamp. And we grabbed that, and something else, I don't even remember. And then our total was, like, our total that we had to pay was $21. And we got $280 worth of stuff.
Oh no!
It was so sad and hard. It was just so horrible that IKEA gave us all that stuff for free.
It was so hard to spend all that money.
It was horrible.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. I felt like as we were walking up, I normally feel like a little pit of dread walking into like a big box store where I'm like, oh, we're going to make this big purchase, or like we're going here, we need a bunch of stuff, we're about to spend a lot of money, even if it's exciting because it's like, oh, it's like for this project we're doing or something. There's still just like a teensy little shrivel of like, totally, I'm gonna leave this situation $200 like poorer. But this, like walking up to that store, knowing that I just had like a coupon burning a hole in my pocket, my only responsibility was to like pick stuff up that I liked and take it home with me, or I was just leaving money on the street. It was amazing.
I love that.
I got my own little shopping spree. So I'm screaming about the shopping spree.
Scream shopping.
You mostly knew that story already, but the listeners didn't.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm screaming because I got summoned to jury duty. Yay. Never been summoned before in Chicago. Or anywhere. I've been registered to vote ever since I've been 18. Never summoned in my hometown. Never summoned in Chicago. Like the full 10 years I was registered to vote there. On my 1-year anniversary.
That was when you got the summons?
No, my first day of jury duty was on my 1-year anniversary in Los Angeles.
Stop! I didn't realize that.
LA said, round them up. Get them in here. We got some fresh meat. Fresh meat to decide crimes. Mm-hmm. Decide if it's a crime now. Go.
That is what they're like.
Yeah.
I've been. Same as you.
You had to do a full court case last fall.
Mm-hmm. It was wild. We'll get into that another time.
Yeah.
But I'm dying to know, like, I haven't really asked you questions about this experience specifically because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I kind of forgot about it. So I'm dying to know more.
Long story short,
tell me every character you met. Tell me everything about their
Exactly.
life.
Long story short, I was excused. But I was there for 2 days. Meaning, did you know, on your first day of jury duty, you get $0. On your second day of jury duty, you get $15.34 per mile that you drove round trip to the courthouse. $15 a day. $15 a day is what you get.
Yeah.
If you're serving, if you have to spend every day for 2 weeks in court.
Yes, I got a check signed from the judge himself for my $15 a day.
That's how much it pays to decide
fee.
If someone is guilty of a crime.
And the judge told us that they are piloting in other counties. They're piloting like much higher jury fees.
Yeah.
But not in LA. And we were like, why did you tell us that?
To make us mad?
To make us want to move?
Dang.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of stressed out about it because I've just taken like 4 trips this summer. And I was like, I just need to be home and work for 1 second and then immediately have to go to court for $15. No. Again, ultimately, it was fine. I was excused and I went. The first one was on my day off, boo. And then the second one, I was able to get to work. Not on time, but soon enough. What really surprised me about this government building was that everyone who worked there was an incredible communicator.
Wow.
Like, everyone from the person explaining what to expect when we were kind of like in the holding room to the bailiff, like when we were in the hallway before going in the courtroom, to the judge herself, like, and everyone was so clear and good-natured. Every single person had a good attitude and was just, the word is clear. I had no questions. And that is so rare that anyone is like telling you exactly what you need to know and where to go and what to do.
And how long you'll be and how long you'll
just like managing expectations so well.
Yeah, you're right.
And everyone was just having a jolly good time.
I think that was pretty true of my experience as well. Now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, actually.
Yeah.
I felt like I always knew what was going on.
Yes.
I didn't feel like anyone was like taking their bad day out on me.
No. It was not DMV vibes, which maybe I thought that it was going to be DMV vibes because
I did
government.
keep telling you there's like a big DMV room that like feels like DMV, except that it has like all of this sunlight. The one with like the microwaves by the windows and like. Do you remember that room? Were you not there for very long?
I don't know if I saw microwave. I wasn't there very long. I waited for maybe not even an hour before I went into a hallway.
Wow.
And I also didn't wait very long, kind of at all, ever.
That's nice.
Yeah, I was like, and everyone was like conscious about wasting our time. And like, I was like, why is this so well managed?
I remember feeling like it was kind of a mixture of like the government system that it is and like when I've been a background actor on like a well-managed television set.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, this is kind of giving like we are like background actors. Like you need to be nice to us because ultimately we're the talent, but like we're not getting paid very much, but like you do.
You need us.
You need us. And your life is easier if you are clear and efficient with us because you don't have to stay late if you manage your herd well. It's kind of crazy. I feel like it's like a big overlap there as far as like schedule, like everyone's concerned about time and like keeping things moving along and on schedule.
And in Los Angeles, I wouldn't be surprised if every single one of those people used to be an assistant director.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's been a first AD.
Everyone.
Wow,
the bailiff was a PA.
You know he was a PA. That is such a great point. Huh. I never even got like questioned. What I didn't know what to expect was that I wouldn't get talked to, because there were like 56 of us in the room and they only questioned the first 30 and I was number 45.
Easy.
But I didn't know.
Yeah.
And so they didn't talk to me the first day, and I expected to get like kind of interrogated about like my biases and stuff on the second day, and they never got to me. But of course, my big ass mouth, I had to say some things when they kind of opened the floor, when the lawyers, because like then they hear from the first 30, and then the lawyers are like, hey, well, you said this thing, can we talk about that? And in a situation like that, you know, just kind of really trying to evaluate whether or not they could be quote unquote fair and impartial. And there were like at least very vocal kind of pro cop people in there.
Yeah. That's not the case for mine, actually, which was really nice.
There was a guy sitting, also he was not interrogated, but he kind of, I think the question was like, if there was no other evidence except for witness testimony, and you were hearing two different stories, and one story came from a cop and one story came from like another person, are you more likely to believe the cop?
I think I got a similar question.
And a lot of people said, well, not a lot of people, but like a few people were like, yeah, probably. Including this one guy who like went off about he like raised his hand. He was like, yeah. And then he was like talking about how, you know, the 2020 riots and how cops were maligned unfairly and get a bad rap. I was literally going like this.
They didn't need to ask you questions.
They knew. I was like, oh my God. So, but I mean, I similarly have a big mouth. And when I have an opinion, I have to say it.
Yeah. The
prosecutor asked, even if you disagreed with a law, would you still uphold it?
Mm-hmm. That one got me.
Well, and so his example was like, let's say, for the sake of argument, the law is, it is illegal to wear a red shirt on Sunday. And and you think that that's a dumb law. But we have proof that someone wore a red shirt on Sunday. Would you still, even if you disagree with the law, would you still uphold the law about red shirt on Sunday?
And truthfully, like, in my heart of hearts, my answer is no. But you're in that courtroom and they're like, if you say no, they're going to be like, well, that's illegal. And you're in a courtroom, so you need to follow the law. But I want to hear how,
but here's the thing, is that my room was very like, we just want the truth. And there are no wrong answers.
Oh.
Like, really, it was just like, nice. Just if you really think that you cannot be, like, fair, tell us. Yeah. Like, we want to know, you know?
That's so nice.
They really were, like, you know, but
I think that tracks.
Yeah. And so he asked that question, and he was like, could anyone, like, he was kind of asking, like, would someone not do that? Not, quote-unquote, uphold the law? I was like, why is no one saying no? So I raised my hand. I was like, yeah, no, obviously not. Because I said laws are not inherently moral. Mm-hmm. And, like, convicting someone of that for me would go against my morality. Mm-hmm. And I would not send someone to jail for wearing a red shirt. Mm-hmm. And then someone else was like, agreed with me. Mm-hmm. Which is like, how are 2 people out of 56 people the only ones being like, no.
They just don't. People don't want to talk.
People don't want to talk. And I didn't need to talk. They were never going to even begin to talk to me.
But you didn't know.
I didn't know. But also it felt wrong not to say.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
I'm glad that you did.
Yeah. And yeah, it felt like a room where I could have been like, no, I don't trust cops. Which people said. Mm-hmm. They're like, I don't trust them. I don't like them. Would not find them credible.
Yeah.
Boom.
We had some of those in ours, too.
Yeah.
And some of them made it on the jury.
Really? Mm-hmm. There were a lot of...
That was crazy. That jury selection was crazy.
Yeah, and...
It was really bizarre. I think, like, it was very, like... It felt like the trial had already started. Why? Like, when the prosecutors were, like, grilling us. Because it felt very much like it just felt very much like they were choosing their team almost, like in a
competitive way.
Yes. Like it was like the prosecutor would be like, "Oh, okay, like this person is obviously like leaning more like liberal or anti-cop or like pro-sex worker, so I'm gonna get them out of here." And then like the defense attorney would be like, "Okay, well this person's leaning like, I don't know, the other way," or like not, but like
that's so interesting because that was not the vibe in my courtroom at all. The prosecutor especially was like, if you cannot be fair, if you are leaning the prosecution's way or the defense's way, like he was like, that is not fair.
Yeah.
And he was so vocal about it.
I agree. I agree with. Yeah. But it was really
But
strange.
the vibe in my courtroom was so different.
Yeah.
Also, the crime.
Yeah. Do you know what the crime was?
Yes. DUI.
Oh.
DUI, period. Like there were no other charges. No one got hurt.
Was the defendant in the room?
Yeah. And that's tough.
It's tough, right?
It's tough.
Was there anyone, like, were any of their supporters in the room too?
No. Mm-hmm. No, it was just us. But that was all. It was kind of a relief that DUI was the thing because there's so, like, I don't want to hear about like murder.
Yeah.
You know?
You really don't.
And then when it's something kind of like that, like rape or murder, then it's like it becomes more complicated, my feelings about incarceration.
Yeah.
You know, like yes. I think as a whole, I think prison should not exist. And incarceration in this country is a legalized form of slavery, and it is used to disenfranchise mainly like black people and brown people and poor people.
Yep. And
I don't want to send anyone into that type of inhumane environment.
I like did not want to be complicit in that at
exactly
all. It was horrific. And
so
you feel like you're a tool of the secret police.
Yeah, it's icky. Ew. And for DUI, I feel like, and I actually didn't know what the consequences of a DUI could be. But if questioned, I felt very prepared to be like, I don't think someone should go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Even if, like, that is the type of, it's not that I don't think it should be illegal to drink and drive.
Right.
But that's the type of thing that, like,
there should be other consequences.
Why should you be incarcerated for that?
You shouldn't.
When, like, incarceration can ruin your life.
Yeah.
And ultimately, like, you didn't hurt anyone.
Yeah. Take away your license.
Yeah.
Do some other kind of.
There are other things, and like
there are so many other options.
I'm not an expert. I can't like. There are so many other people who have done the research and written books and like have actual information about what works and whatever. But like the way we incarcerate
girls with a podcast who are trying to hang out.
But I know that like the way we incarcerate people is not to rehabilitate them.
No,
it doesn't help society at all.
No, it's
the way we do it.
Literally lock people away and then use them to make stuff for us for free.
It's evil.
It's horrible.
So, yeah. It was kind of easy. It was kind of a relief for me to be like, oh, that's not something that I feel like someone should go to jail for.
Yeah. Thank God.
And I think that would have fallen under the category of sympathy that they brought up. But they're like, would you, the lawyers were like, would you have sympathy for this person?
Interesting.
You didn't get a sympathy question?
No, I would have said, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and some people were like, yeah, sympathy would come into play. And I think if they were really talking to me about it, I think that my feelings about that would probably fall into a sympathy category.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is like, I think there should be more people like us on juries, probably.
Yes, 100%.
But then it's like, they're never going to pick you if you're honest about how you feel.
Yeah.
And so then who's on juries?
That?
A scary smattering of people?
Yeah. Everyone in my jury was like so, well, not everyone, but like almost everyone was so reserved. There were two people who were like basically dead silent the whole time. It was the weirdest group project I've ever been a part of. It was so... I was, like, one of the most outgoing people there. I was, like, the class clown. In my jury.
I believe it.
It was horrific. So exhausting.
Anyway, so that's what I was kind of screaming about.
Yeah.
That was a really long scream.
Good.
Yeah, just kind of like screaming about the so-called justice system in this country, and screaming about a $15 workday, and screaming about the absolute hospitality that I experienced at the Metropolitan Courthouse.
The strange silver lining.
Really, really nice people there.
Really good people. Really good folk.
And free parking if you're serving.
Really?
If you bring your summons. Maybe we weren't summoned to the same courthouse.
I don't think we were. Were you at the Stanley Mosque downtown?
No. And that's why.
That's why the tones were different, and the rooms were different, and the vibes were different, because we had completely different experiences.
Yeah, shout out the Metropolitan Courthouse on 1945 South Hill Street.
Wow.
They didn't give you free parking?
No. Well, you could park for free at a parking garage that was like a 20-minute walk.
No.
Or they would give you a shuttle. You could get on a shuttle, but it only came every third. It was something insane. So I just took the the train every day, because the train stop was across the street from the courthouse. So it was
okay.
Could not have been easier. Just get on the red line and just send. It was very easy.
And I remember you doing that. So when I looked up the public transportation to my courthouse, it was not as simple.
Because we were in a totally different place. That explains so much.
Explains so much. And they had a parking garage right below the courthouse.
You had a dream of an experience. I wish I could go to that courthouse.
I had the best jury experience ever.
Yeah. I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
Did you meet any characters, other people who were in the jury or didn't work for the courthouse?
It was just kind of what I observed. The three kind of pro-cop people were just obviously middle-aged white men, obviously.
Yeah. I could tell you that.
There were, out of the 50 plus people, only 2 black people.
Whoa!
A lot of Asian people.
Wait, that was also true for me, actually. I was the defendant was black in my case, so I really had my eyes on looking. I was what is the representation here?
Uh-huh.
And in the whole pool, I think it was maybe 4 people, and a lot of Asian people.
Yeah.
And just a couple of
That's just
people.
So curious about the demographic. But then there was one of the jurors who agreed with me about not upholding stupid laws was French. She had a lot to say about
French.
She was French. She had a lot to say about the jury system in general, and how it's she doesn't agree with the system because you physically cannot be quote unquote fair and impartial the way that they're asking us to be, because she's it's impossible.
Yes.
Based on how our brains work.
Yes. I feel I had a really similar answer to some backwards question that they had, where they were kind of could you completely put all of your feelings aside to make this decision? And I was no, I use my emotions to inform my decision making. And they're but could you put everything, could you put your feelings aside? And I was no, I would have a really hard time doing that. What do you want me to say? The answer is no.
The answer is no. So there's that French woman who had a lot to say. She was dismissed, obviously.
Yeah, I was no way she made it on the jury.
No way. This other guy who got dismissed, he, because, they talk about if you have any personal connection to, the crime that the defendant is being accused of. And he was well, I was charged with a DUI, but the police falsified the report. So he was and then they asked him more about it. So essentially he was sleeping in his car, it was parked and the key was not in the ignition. I guess he was drunk.
Yeah.
But they gave him a DUI for it.
And then falsified the report to say that he had been driving or the key was in the ignition.
Something probably. Yeah. So he was this is I can relate to it, and also I don't necessarily trust the police. He was telling the truth.
Yeah.
And he was I am a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for 2 months.
Don't put me on this case.
He was dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
sure.
the pro cop people were dismissed.
Yeah.
Who
made it on the jury? Exactly.
Some folks.
Some folks.
Who honestly seemed to be just kind of calm and fair.
Yeah, I think that's why my group is like so timid and like whatever, because like they're just people who like don't draw a lot of attention. You just kind of have to fly under the radar, like during the questioning process, and like
to get picked.
I guess I really tried my best to not.
Well, there were like people who seemed like they were pretty confident about like their ability to like carry out the duties. Mm-hmm. Like there was this one guy who was also like, someone kept going on about like, well, I have a question about like speculation about how not to speculate or whatever,
which is impossible.
Which is what maybe, but then this other person in the jury box made the point, is like, well, if you don't have enough evidence, then you just acquit. Like, it's not our job to like wonder and want extra evidence.
Right.
If the prosecution has not
done their job, then
like met the burden of evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, then like not guilty.
Yeah.
So, and he was picked. Yeah. Which felt fair.
Yeah.
Like he understands.
He's like, well, this is how the jury system works.
Yeah.
And they said, we need this guy. In that
There.
room.
Another guy who got picked was an actor who has played a judge in a courtroom like show. He was like, because you have to like say what your job is.
That's so.
And
fun.
So he said, I'm an actor, and the judge was like, you ever play a judge or something? He was like, yeah. So he like played a lawyer and a judge, I think.
Amazing.
It was also like such a lighthearted tone. Everyone was like giggling about it.
That's crazy. That's
there was
so
like
nice.
Chuckling in my courtroom often.
Yeah. I wonder if my crime had been different, if maybe there had been more chuckling.
Your crime was heavier. But then it was also like, should it be lighthearted?
Yeah.
There's like a person, it's like high stakes.
They're deciding their fate, and they're here in the room.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. We gotta move on.
All right, let's move on.
It's time for Cosmic Council. Okay, so we got a DM. I'll read the DM.
Thanks.
Hey, sisters. I'm in a relationship. A good one. Winky face emoticon.
Okay.
And ever so often I send my boyfriend some nudes. I love it, and so does he, but lately I've been thinking, should I be sending nudes in a time like this? With AI and Meta in courthouse? After allowing so many apps access to my pictures and sometimes even location? What do y'all say?
Wow, this is a good question.
You did not expect that, huh?
No, I didn't know. I think that we live in a dystopian society run by hamburgers and a Swiss cheese man. And that if you get any amount of delight or joy from sending pictures of your naked meat sack to the man you love. Sorry, I think I assumed it was a man.
Boyfriend.
There was he, him. Then I say, do it till the day you die. If some creep in the NSA gets his grubby little digital fingerprints on your pictures and sends them to Osama bin Laden or whatever, so be it. I don't think it matters anymore. I think the government has every piece of information they need to know about us already. I think Donald Trump could get your nudes even if you didn't take them. So I think keep living your life. You like it, he likes it. I think it's more likely that he would just like become a bad man, go rogue, and sell those photos than it is likely for like some
future technology
to like scrape your photos and like do an AI fake
deep fake porn or whatever.
So I guess like if you're worried that like one day he could break up with you and do revenge porn, that's me. But like I think that's my take.
Wow. I think I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. Did you know that was...
I don't think I knew either.
It really came out of you so passionately.
You saw I, like, went somewhere else, and it came out of me. I just kind of plugged into the advice matrix and said, what do I really think about this? And it's that.
And it's kind of nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
The world is ending. Find joy.
Use Google Maps the way you need to use it, and just... move on.
You made such a good point about how the government has literally every single piece of information they could ever want or need about you.
They're watching right now.
They're watching right now. And this is not even posted yet. Hello?
Yeah.
Our little spy.
I'm sure it's streaming right into their desktops.
And they're laughing their asses off.
I'm thinking of the scene in, I think it's season 3 of Scandal, where it's, like, revealed that Jake is, like, the head of... well, actually, the, like, secret spy agency. And he, like, it looks like he's watching TV, and then it cuts, and he has, like, all of these different screens, and they're, like, all these different, like, angles on Olivia's apartment. And I'm, like, convinced that is what the government is for all of us. It's already happening.
It's literally happening right now through that camera.
You think they don't already have your nudes? It's too late. It doesn't matter. Just keep doing it.
So true. And that's
they
how
don't care. They also do not care. Like, you're not a terrorist. You're just a woman who's naked. And that is, well, won't be allowed for much longer. But
yeah, we don't really know about that. But so that's how I feel about when people act crazy about sharing their locations with their friends. Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of bullied my roommate into sharing her location with me. Well, I was like, we should do that. And she was like, no, that's something I won't do. And then I had, a year ago, kind of a scary experience on the bus where, like, someone was kind of watching me crazy. And then the bus driver...
I remember this.
Brought me to he was like, hey, this guy's watching you. Just, like... And he, like, kind of was like, this is what you should do. Yeah. Kept me safe. And I was going home and I was texting my roommate about it. And then that's when I shared, she was like, that was the moment where we shared our locations because we were going to meet up with each other. And then she realized the practicality and how nice it is to share locations.
It's so nice.
And it's so nice to check. It's like, it was my roommate home, you know?
Here's the thing. If I ever go missing, if a psycho attacks me, I want the government to know where I am.
Great point.
I mean, unless they're the ones kidnapping me.
Which they could be.
That's happening. But, come on. I want my friends to know where I am.
Exactly.
Between my friends and the government, I'll be fine.
It's also how I feel about, like, people who act crazy about putting their credit cards in their Apple Wallet to, like, tap to pay. I'm like, do you know what Europe does? Europe has never touched a piece of plastic in their life. Every single place you go in Europe, they're going, thop, 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 thop.
Easy.
Only tap.
If you think someone is going to siphon your money somehow between, like, you pulling out your phone and tapping it to a machine.
They already have it, and you're dumb.
They already have it. And you know what happens when they do that? You call the credit card company and you say,
fraud, please.
Fraud, please. And they go, fuck, here's your money back.
Literally, what could be easier?
Money is already fake. When it disappears, it is fake. That means they can give it back to you because it's all fake. Maybe that's a really privileged way of talking about it.
No, but it is. It's all made up. It's all made up to control us.
I'm a scrap master and a scam artist, so...
Big time.
It's just not real. No. None of it is real.
Put your phone in your Apple... Put your
phone in your ass.
Put your phone in your ass. Put your credit card on your phone. Get your boarding passes in your Apple Wallet.
Come on. It makes your life so much easier if we just use the tools that are being invented by the psychopaths around us. Like, just use the tools.
Share your location with your friends. Just do it.
Start sending your boyfriend nudes on Signal if you're really worried about it.
Take the nude.
Take the nude.
Send it. I mean, yeah, just take the nude.
Just take the nude.
Doesn't bring me joy because there's so much stress with, like, the lighting and angles.
Yeah, I could.
It's not pleasurable when you have to stress about lighting and angles.
I honestly, if you are young and hot enough to enjoy the experience of taking a nude, please use the gift that God gave you.
Do it.
Please take those nudes while you still can. Take them for those of us who can't.
Also, I have an off-center belly button. I I have an offset or belly button, and when it's not covered up, it makes me look lopsided. Which is another reason why I don't like taking nudes. It's just hard to look good in the way that you want to look good when you have a belly button that's like 1.5 inches to the right.
That's a lot. So that's what we're saying. You know what?
Take the nudes. If it brings you joy and you trust your boyfriend, take the nudes.
That's all that matters.
Thanks for the question.
Thanks for the question. If you have questions, it can be about anything at all.
Clearly.
We would love to answer it. It can be short, it can be long. Please DM us at Super Sister Signs or email us at supersistersigns@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe us.
Follow us on TikTok, on Instagram at Super Sister Signs. Watch us on YouTube. That's it.
It's that easy. We'll see you sometime next week.
Okay, bye, Star Babies.